again, if I can explain in one line, if a company says that it is ESG compliant, or if it says it is environmentally very conscious and it is doing ABC, all that we ask for is you be true to the label. Whatever label you are telling the outside world, you better be true to it. If you are not true to it, then we will step in and take action. Basically, then you are lying, right? So, when you say you are green, are you really green, or maybe you have shades of yellow which you are trying to portray as green? So, this is a big risk from the ESG side. As regulators, we see that, and this is one of my officers actually just put together some media clippings together, and these are all real news. Like Shell has been facing a lot of challenges. There are some, statements made by HSBC on the greenwashing risks, and the takeaway is that 1 in every 4 climate-related ESG risk incidents globally was tied to greenwashing. It's an important kind of takeaway. Then banking and financial services sector saw a 70% increase in the number of climate-related greenwashing incidents. Greenwashing is nothing but misrepresentation, misstatement, and false or misleading practices. So here's a cartoon which says that we need to demonstrate a corporate commitment to the environment. Make sure the break room donuts only have green sprinkles. Shades of greenwashing, green hushing, green building, green labeling, green shifting, green lighting, green crowding. That's not bothered. So a lot of just greenwashing should be good enough. There's a company called Vale. I don't know how you pronounce it, but maybe Vale is a Brazil company based in Brazil, which was listed in US, and they were in the business of constructing dams, and they declared that their dams are safe. They have done safety audits, and in 2019 there was a huge disaster and a lot of people lost their lives. So SEC had come very heavily against them, and I think they settled by paying some $50 billion, was a huge amount of money which they paid to settle with SEC. In Australia, ASIC took action against Vanguard because of the funds. The claim made by funds was that they are investing in ESG companies, but which was not true. And then ASIC charged them, and I think they again settled. Vanguard is a very respected name in US. On the greenwashing practices by airlines. So let me also mention in Europe this sensitivity on these issues. I think probably the maximum in the world it would be in Europe, and the KLM was making certain claims about how flying actually offsets certain emissions and other negative effects if you follow other routes of transport. So they said stop misleading us, and what I read last is they are not only KLM, they are investigating 20 other airlines on the greenwashing practices. So I am done with the third part. Let me very quickly complete this, and then we'll subject to time. So this is nothing to do with what we've seen so far. Let me end with a Zen story, and this is particularly meant for students. So there was in a village, there were 2 temples, and this is probably a Tibetan village, and 2 monasteries, and inmates of monasteries hated each other. They didn't like each other, and there was a very clear instruction to the inmates: if you get to meet somebody on the road from the other monastery, just don't talk to them. They are dangerous people. So there were little boys, who used to run the errands for their seniors in both the monasteries. And if you tell a young boy, don't do this, he will definitely do it. So this teenager, he meets teenager from the other monastery. That's the visual. By the way, my daughter did this for me through using AI. I said, I just need a visual and she generated this. So, so this boy asked the other boy, hey, where are you going? So the other boy says, well, where can I go? I am just a leaf which has fallen from the tree, and wherever the wind takes me, I'll go there. Wherever the breeze takes me, I'll go there. He's heard all this chatter from his seniors, and this has stayed with him. So he gives a very philosophical answer. The other boy is little stumped. He said, look, I asked a simple question, and he couldn't respond. He couldn't answer that. He goes back and he says, look, I made a mistake today. He tells his seniors. You had advised me not to speak, but I did speak to the boy. I met him on the road. So they said, okay, you shouldn't have spoken in the first place, but now that you've spoken, you go back tomorrow. We have to show them down. So when he says that wherever the wind takes me, so you ask him, what if there is no wind? He said, okay, it looks good. So, he prepares the answer, and he's rehearsing, and he goes in the morning. And again, hey, where are you going? He meets the other boy. The boy says, well, wherever my legs take me. That answer changed next day. And he never said anything about the leaves. Then again he goes back, he says, look, now let me give up. You were right, they are dangerous. They are not willing to engage in any meaningful conversation. So you have to go back again. And you better show them down, and tomorrow you go and tell. And he said, I'm giving you a very stupid suggestion, but you say this. You say, if he says, wherever my legs take me, you say, what if you had no legs? No, I can't say this. No, you go and say. We just have to show them down. He follows his senior's instructions. He goes there and he says, he asks the question, where are you going? He says, where I'm going? I'm just going to the market to fetch vegetables. So the moral of the story is, be prepared for various challenges in life. But your existing rule books, your existing manuals, your existing SOPs, standard operating procedures, will not be enough when you go out in the world. So some of you are graduates or postgraduate students, this is just the beginning of the learning. So you will have to, be very resilient, keep studying, and be, the life will ask you new questions, which your existing rule book will fall short. Keep that in mind. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we have maybe time for one or two questions.
No, we have 20 minutes. Yes. Now,
as of now, I can tell you I'm not that much of a finance and economics person, but yes, one question came to my mind very strikingly, that any NPOs, if they do any financial misconducts in future or any sustainability misconducts, how does SEBI plan to penalize those? And will it be just by debarring the NPOs, or will there be any other penalties which will be imposed on them? And how will the disclosures happen?